Yeah. Oh, I didn't spell that right. Oh, geez, no surprise there. With the E out of the, that's it. I'll fix that later. Whatever, or just leave it. Who cares? So no sleep. So I learned a bit more about what happened recently. So yeah, we had like a last minute meeting today about Bob and my boss, and what the weather situation that was there. It was the whole area, the whole city was flooded, like a just very unusual for just very unusual overall. And it's if he was in the old building, it would have probably been all right because it's on high ground, but it's a little bit more elevated there. But where he was, where the new place was, it was just right there. I mean, inside of it was a river, basically. Inside the building was a river, and the whole complex was like a river. At least, well, more in his, which I didn't see them cleaning any other parts of it, so that might have been just his, which makes it even worse. It was just his, you know, yeah, the boss's studio area. I didn't see anywhere else they were cleaning anything, but I can't think anyway. But yeah, they weren't cleaning anybody else's out, just his. So yeah, no surprise there. So basically, what I'm getting at is like, and it's been dry as a bone since then. No surprise there. And there's no hurricanes either. We got more rain. We got more floodings this year, but no hurricanes. When hurricanes, it doesn't, unless you're by the coast and they get flooded there. It's, yeah. So talk about a cleansing. But the other thing is, if you're gonna go, you're gonna go. And it was like that was, and he was already feeling sick. I didn't know about this. He was already feeling kind of out of it already. So he was preparing, everything just in case something happens to him. He was in the middle of it. Of course, he already had, more the most important stuff done, but not. Anyway, you never think you're gonna go, I guess, right? He's been around forever anyway, so I feel like he's gonna live forever anyway. So obviously, yeah, if you're gonna go, you're gonna go. So it was like the more I feel like that you know, he was gonna leave no matter what from gathering. From he might have been fighting energetically, possibly, which I'm gonna doubt it, but it feels like it was time for him to go. So yeah, he collapsed. There was a river inside the building, and he fainted there in water, in a lake, basically. And he had his friend there that was there to help him. I didn't know anything about it. I don't know about the after. I had no idea because I'm nowhere near that area anymore. So yeah, it's quite intense. And I guess when he got home, he just called me and just slowly just fainted again. You could say, or just but couldn't be resuscitated the next time. So anyway, so now I have to reinvent the wheel and everything. So yeah, no sleep, and hopefully things are starting to get somewhat better, sort of. Yeah. So anyway, the Orion War energies. I just feel like putting that there. Oh yeah, I have the thumbnail as the. What is it? I'm just having some fun with it. The grasshopper taking over. I don't know if I can get that over here. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of fits the whole situation. Anyway. All right. Yeah, the big bugs. Yeah, my creative channel too. I do music and everything. That's gonna be. I have a bunch of stuff for it, but I don't know if I'll have any time to make anything new for a while. So I gotta figure out all this other stuff. Try to keep my sanity through the whole thing too. So, and you're calling people up and telling tell them the news, and they start crying on it and everything. It's like, I hate to tell you, I'm the one that has to tell you, but that's rough. So yeah, that's fun. So anyway, yeah. Well, it's better for them to know than not to know. So yeah, it's facts of life. I guess it's on how you do it too. So, SimonTotal.com, private sessions, schedule, shop here. Okay, yeah, thanks for your support. Yeah, we get my energy back hopefully soon. Hopefully Monday things get somewhat back to normal. I hope so. I have to reschedule left and right. Jeez. Because you never know. The timeline's out of control right now for obvious reasons. Yeah. So and I think the funeral is sometime next week. See, I said that was saying, yeah. So I don't know when though. So anyway, all right. So the Orion War energies that's connected to, worldwide. Israel energy. I don't want to just put it mostly. Well, it's for a lot of conflict. Let's put control. Obviously, it's not all of Israel. It's just some. It's just elite groups that have their issues on their other realities that we're not aware of. The thing is to give some content. People probably have this, but I'll just bring it up anyway. Like incarnating, because I felt with him it was like a grasshopper being looking at a human as a toy. It's like, wow, that looks like fun. I'll incarnate into that thing. That should be okay. Yeah. As a railroad through everybody else. Forever. Yeah, I'm there to calm that down. The best of my ability, tame a horse, basically, the black stallion. Pretty much. I don't know the whole story on it yet. I think, I'm not going to probably know that anytime soon. It's like a lot of stuff there. Obviously, there's others that are probably far worse than that. It wasn't as bad. It was, yeah. Anyway, like, you can become, incarnate here. You're so get like traumatized for whatever reason, just become like crazy and like you're nonstop. You get traumatized. You get crazy, especially what like a father that just didn't give it. Was probably not the best connection there, and so just kind of turn to a psychopath to some level, and then have to be calm that down, which is not the easiest. I guess that's one way of putting it, I guess. Anyway, it's probably a better way, but it's not. I was getting like Rick and Morty. The thing, I don't know if I can find it, where they, it was like in this game reality or something, but you put on this virtual reality and you go and you live a life. And of course, Rick's bragging how you got through all this stuff. It's not that simple. In our reality, your energy goes into an avatar and you can't get out of it, technically. Astrally you can connect, but either way, you commit to a contract, and it might sound like a good idea at first, and then there's a lot of consequences connected to it. So that's, I guess I left that part out. It's not, yeah. So, and those that are like have third dimension all figured out, supposedly, like some of the wealthier people, but I don't know that they can be maybe, but they can also get stuck here too. Because like this is all like yeah, you might have had this. It's like a game. You kind of figure out the game, like a chess. But can you get yourself out of it? It's like you're gonna be stuck here forever, or like the non-physical realm. You might say, "Oh, that's nice," but not interested. So you might feel like that's like the plague. This is where everything's winning, and you go to the astral realm, like you die. It's like that's like hell, even if it is nice to you or whatever it is. It's like I don't want to be there. I want to be back here where I know how the game is played. You know what I mean? Just even if you connect to astral, this doesn't mean that you can still be crazy there too. You can be blocked. Yeah, you could find. You can die physically, but also look for a body to possess, and so on. Yeah. Well, buddy. And your regular people are not, your common people are not. They're just, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, it's like what fantasy story did you get that one from? So yeah, and of course the alien stuff that's here. Some that might feel like it's okay, and that's true. But most of the population is not looking for it. They're still in their little mental maze of, that's probably the best place to be. The Matrix, basically. That's not so bad, I guess. So anyway, all right. So Orion energies and what's going on. So it's happened to whatever you can get out of that. Take it with a grain of salt, because obviously. So to get to a neutral energy of the Orion, not all the Orions are not to just have an advantage, witchcraft over our world. And well, they've like Mars is part of Orion. The Martian energy, not all of that is bad, but when you just tap into like regular Martian frequency, it's not great. Not to say they're all bad or anything, but it's not great either. It's toxic. It's like I say, people have all the super soldier stuff. It's like, yeah, they're like a super soldier sociopath energy. Just want to rule. Just want to, like we have, Vlad the Impaler and all that. They want to rule. It doesn't mean, yeah, think about that. It's like, why we have all these kings and all that, right? And they brought their religions here, so I'll be a king and we'll create this, like a pharaoh or whatever. I would say there's some Martian in that too, which I never thought about that. There's definitely some Martian there too, of an overlord. And of course, they create this, at least the darker side creates this witchcraft, which they call religion, to keep the masses under sedation, as the kings do, whatever. They just debauchery, ruin themselves, whatever. So, of course, even obviously the pharaohs a lot of them are controlled by others. So obviously, the true kings are not really seen, but it was easy. Yeah, this role was just easy to take, basically. So anyway. All right, we're going to Orion energies, do a neutral connection, and what's going on, frequency. Let's see what the Orions have to say about that, unless there's another entity that wants to come in for that. So, all right, so blessings, here we go. Greets you, the Orions, the neutral connection. Yeah, you can say this is like the neutral zone, like when you have in your Star Trek, a forbidden zone, your solar system, due to the sanctions, similar to like we have on your planet. Basically, this world has been sanctioned off due to its unwillingness to connect with itself. It's a radical planet, as you can see. So it's like, yes, manipulated, of course, but also seen as kind of like a third world country. And so it's ill, it's sick, basically. As you can see, not everybody's sick, but you have to understand the environment is not welcoming. And so it's been not completely, it's being healed, but there's a lot of, what you're going to awakening. This type of awakening goes on. This takes a long time. Yes, the revealing, yes, the veil, to clear out, and this has to be done very carefully. Individuals that are causing the manipulations here, like many of you are saying the mass arrest and all that, but of course you're not really seeing it because it's not really happening. If it's arrest of regular people, as you can see, innocent people, whatever, because there is an elite class that wants to give you an idea of false freedom, as you know. As long as you go by these rules, you go outside of that, the tax people get you or whatever to keep you inside the system. So the tax stuff, yeah, it's an attack, but also just to keep you in line, just to keep you not to cross the line, in their bubble that they create here. So little by little, yeah, you're revealing the manipulators here. Like I say, little by little is intense. Is that has to be done in a way where it's it's like taking a band-aid off, but in this case it's good to take it slowly off due to because people are so used to a certain mindset, as most of you know. But those of you that are energetically opening up, and that's difficult, and you see what you're going through, think about the rest of the world. It's like shaking a boat. You have this nice cruise ship and now you're shaking it, and people are just traumatized, just and they don't even know what's happening. They don't know, is it like, they don't see like, is it an alien doing this or a creature? They just feel their life of normalcy is not what it used to be now. And so yeah, they can also go and, not to put panic, cardiac arrest or whatever, because the frequency is not the same anymore. So maybe talk about this awakening, yes, but it has to be done right. You can't just new earth and that's it. As some of you are already, like I say, you look at your own lives, that's not easy sometimes. You just want to look at something else, which is understood. But in your own awakening, think about the whole world trying to awaken, how painful that is, how lost, like, how it's like, why'd you do this to me? I was better before. Of course, some of you aren't like that, but most of society with people like, man, I liked it before. I mean, I might have been going through difficulties, but what now? So, because they've become more aware of what's happening here. So it has to be done because, yes, ignorance is bliss. And many of you are a little bit more aware of the higher astral, but some are, even some that feel like they have it all figured out. It's like, it's very intense, even just for a human mind to understand. And some are just creating versions that they think is the way it is, but it's not, because it's actually the human mind can't really handle what's really going on here on a full level. It's too much. You can get some pieces of it here and there, but others just, some of it's mental entertainment or mental health. Either way. Yeah, it's just healing the ego is very difficult, as some of you see in the spiritual communities. Yes, and narcissism is it's not too high within some of the spiritual leaders. They can get kind of power hungry, as some of you might have noticed. And not everybody's noticing it, as you can see. So you just have to kind of like, you're kind of like on a farm and letting everything grow slowly. Just follow your path. You're kind of like farmers of this. You're cultivating this reality. You're helping it grow in a better environment. It's one way of looking at it. It's just, you're helping society, because farming, helps feed society, right? You have the best grains in town, or something like that, best produce and so on. That's what you're doing here. It just that's a good thing. So your energy fields are improving. Let's put it that way. And your energy fields are being felt around the world. And you might be feeling the push back. Like, why are you doing this to us energetically? And you haven't really done a whole lot. You haven't like, oh, by the way, here's all this aliens and other dimensions. And you're putting that frequency out there. It's like, by the way, I'm awakening more to my higher power. And you're feeling the pushback. Some of what I've been went through the boss frequency. Some of those beings are planted here. Yes, like this is like a video game. It's like, wow, that looks like fun. I'll go try that. It's like for Orion beings, and there's other beings out there also, of course, but I just use Orions. It's their game. Yes, they can come here and you have a level of power and do whatever they want. Of course, not always what cracked up to be. As some even, that was like, you have too much drugs, become a drug addict, and so on. It's like, it's not as, but there really is a level of beings can come here and do whatever the hell they want, as some of you notice. How does that person get away with these things? So there is, there are certain groups that have a level, like they have a level of understanding here. It's kind of like in school, like you have 12th graders that can come in and do whatever they want and, manipulate the 11th graders, the 10th graders, it's kind of like that. Not all of them are going to do it, but some will. Others come in, they want to help build societies, like say the Jewish families. They want to make things better. We're at a different. They're just at a different level here, and they're just here to have obviously even trying to help is not easy, of course. But they're going through their own struggles. Now, how did they get to the 12th grade? You could say, well, they're advanced beings. From other star systems. And obviously this world was downgraded or attacked from its potential by nefarious forces where they can't. It's kind of like where, as you can see, like where the elite can come and do whatever they want, basically. It's kind of like that. Not to say there's different levels of elite, but they just come. Now some are here to help society, become a doctor, even become a lawyer, as a good one, hopefully. And just, there's an attack on your planet, basically, as you can see. And the Orion beings are part of it. There's more that don't want to mention themselves. So, your world is basically kind of cracked open and tricked into where it is now. And that has to do with the Atlantean frequencies, and just here's some power, here's some technologies. So everything's going to be up, and the technologies end up turning against them. It's kind of like having a vacuum cleaner that's trying to attack you, kind of like that, or a laser, or that's where it gets sensitive information there. That's where you got to be. That's not what I guess you can talk about it. But it's kind of like that. It's like technology that goes against society, basically, as you know about the Atlantean energies. And there was some ignorance from the Atlanteans, but the Atlanteans, their energy fields were lowered. It was those that were more in charge, of course. Others could see it, but nobody was listening. That was very frustrating. And some of you been in those positions. Not that you're into ego level, 12th grade, 5th grade, whatever. None of that, Matt. None of that. Maybe you are spiritually advanced. A lot of the drama and saw what was happening, but it was kind of like it was too late. Energies can be blocked and all that. But basically, it's like alien invaders in your past. But it's also part, Atlantean energies were just not as, as wise as they thought they were. Let's put it that way. And you see that within your society constantly. But they also have currently Atlantean energy that are here to assist, here to give you little nuggets here and there, but then they disappear. Like here's a truth, red pill, whatever you want to call it, and then they vanish. To give you like the Matrix movie is, helpful, but also obviously not telling you the full story. They're not going to tell you the full story here. If you're on a computer chip somewhere, they're probably just, not that they're trying to sell that, but the Matrix, the movie is kind of giving you an idea of sort of how this works. But you see, like the Smith people come here, but they're trapped here too. Yeah, so they thought they have some power, but not full. But there are beings here that are trapped. Like the reptilians are kind of trapped here too. They thought they were going to get riches and whatever, and they got screwed over too. So think like you have your army that manipulates the society like the Atlanteans. They have your reptilians manipulate your Atlanteans, but then the reptilians get manipulated also. It's like, oh, by the way, see our army that took over this planet? We're going to screw you over too, just in case. So now they're all kind of, not too happy about that either. So I think some of you can tap into some of that. It's a lot of backstabbing. How do you think? How do you get a world like this? It's kind of like Russia to some level. Back in the Soviet times, it was like you're kill or be killed. Like leaders are being taken out left and right. Think of it that way. It's kind of like that. And it's still happening to some extent here. Like your World War One. It tell you one story, but there was other things behind it. So anyway, right. As for where things are going, yes, obviously it's an unknown, but unveiling. Yes, think of it that way. As for what the big thing is coming here, it's change, but not necessarily a negative change. For some of you, you're getting to your platform where you need to be as the world turns. It's this, and those of your common humans. It hasn't. Yes, what has been kind of felt has not hit just yet. It'll be okay. It just people here might get confused. Either way, you'll survive it. I can't go too much on that. Blessings.